And I'm back. More Final Fantasy. The big fuck off tower. The Mirage Tower into the Sky Fortress. Honestly, though, don't need to worry too much about all this. You just need to worry about what's in the middle there. So if I go... over there, treasure. Treasure, okay, so on the way to the treasure, do the thing. Okay. I don't have many levels left, which is good. So once I hit all my levels, I'm gonna do the thing. I'm just gonna ride this out, because there's no doubt in my mind I'm hitting level 50. I don't think they changed it to be level 99. I don't see any reason why you have to. Huh? Master! We have waited so long! Ow. Not 4 damage. Whatever am I gonna do with the 4 damage? So this will probably be the longest dungeon. Unless I level up to 4. Unless I level up to 50, which is very, very likely. Early. And then the Temple of Fiends is just going to be an easy romp to the finish in the next episode. But yeah. Speaking of futures, might as well finish up with this. After dual... Oh, God. I have a second healing item if I need it, which I don't. A Vorpal. Cool. Actually, is that any good? It is not. Wow, that is very disappointing. Unless... Well, that's kind of sad. I'll just take the Vorpals for now. Aegis! Hello! Stone and poison. Thank you. Cool. The next game after Spirit of Justice, I did want to kind of keep talking about RPGs that I'm doing going forward. Because we get kind of a bunch of retro stuff with Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest III. Then we get pretty modern with Berseria. But after Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, there's going to be Legend of Dragoon. And that was one of those ones that I missed growing up somehow, kind of like Legaia. Because again, I wasn't as full bore into RPGs. It was like a few years later that like all I was doing was RPGs. It was like Xenosaga, Star Ocean 3. Like, speaking of stuff that should be made, Xenosaga, why the fuck haven't Namco worked on that yet? They're never gonna, which is really dumb. They've got that... Capcom has Breath of Fire 3, and Namco has... Or, Capcom has Breath of Fire, and Namco has Xenosaga just sitting in their back pocket as remasters or re-releases if they'd want to, and they don't. But, anyway. But anyway. So it was like 3 or 4 years, and by then I was into the PS2 stuff. I knew that Legaia and Legend of Dragoon existed. And I think I played Dragoon for like an hour, but I didn't get into it. It wasn't until recently I saw a streamer friend I know, Redweird, play it, that I kind of got into the story. Sort of the gameplay, but not really. I think I'm into it for kind of the total package of the thing. Because it is that Final Fantasy 7 to 10, or Final Fantasy 7, more 9, I think, because of the time frame. Like, Final Fantasy 9 meets Chrono Cross time frame, where, oh, this is pretty neat. And I don't love it, but I also like what they did with it, and I think it's going to be a cool experience to play it. And I'm kind of glad that got voted in, because again, there's no shortage of games. The benefit of playing these games like this is that I'm never like out of the loop of like, because now that I'm kind of doing the next game after the next game, so it's like I have a path going forward. Because by the time stuff like this comes out, you know, the Lunar remaster is gonna come out, then Suikoden are gonna, you know, that stuff's gonna come out. Deca Police in a couple of years, which, you know, I hope those delays work in its favor. You know, because not every game's gonna be a hit. Like, I tried Loop 8, got about 30 minutes before I dropped it. Then there was freaking Eater Nights, which did not work at all. And they threw too much at the wall, and barely any of it stuck. And I got to an impossible to win scenario, which is again why quality of life is important. It's basically, hey, let's put a Battletoads section in a JRPG. Okay, why? Can I just get past it? No, I have to beat it? Well, fuck you, game, I can't beat it. I'm sorry. Like, this is why quality of life exists. Because there are going to be times where certain people can't get through certain parts of games without checkpoints or health items, or bypassing things, or hey, just get this section done more. Like, it was a turret section or whatever. No, it was a bike section. It was a goddamn bike section that I couldn't bypass because the game wouldn't let me. You know, I had to get through it. You know, so there are situations like that where there's gonna be games that I don't want to play. But for every game that there isn't going to be one, I could, you know, I still haven't even... I remember it getting voted on, but Final Fantasy VII Remake. Lee and I were planning on doing it. Situations with internet and whatnot didn't let that happen. It might happen again. It might happen someday that we'll be able to do it. But we still got the Final Fantasy VII... Well, they're going to call it Reunion. You just know they're going to call it Reunion, right? If they don't, they've missed an opportunity. But rebake, yes, Final Fantasy VII Rebaked, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, and then Final Fantasy VII Reunion, Crisis Core. You know, like, there's too much to not do. And the benefit of playing the games that I do is that I'm never lacking for choice. Because as soon as, like, stuff comes out, like, I said before that I don't think metaphor was, like, my biggest thing. You know, because I like the setting of Japan more, rather than the other world. Our friend left on a journey to the west. He took the warp cube, went to see our master. That would be neat. You know, and I might play Metaphor someday, even if, like, I liked it, but I didn't love it like I do the Persona stuff. You know, but there's that. There's the Castlevania games. There could be another Bloodstained to come, you know, another Bloodstained Ritual of the Night game comes out someday, because they're working on 2 eventually, because they finished working on 1. you know, Legend of Dragoon is one of those things that's like, I'm glad it's on the docket and I'm glad I'm working on it because it's, hooray, stuff that I didn't do, you know, or maybe even, like I said, one of the maybe not into it, but I will play it someday, like Visions of Mana, you know. If I'm lacking for it, maybe I'll go to something that's like, you know, And this goes again to Legend of Dragoon. I'm in that I like it enough that I think I'm gonna love playing it, and I'm gonna do it because it fits what I'm looking for. It's just gonna, can I get used to the battle system? I'm pretty sure after a while it'll click for me, because I like the story well enough. Ooh. Cast Thundara when used, so we did it again. Okay. Oop. I can't hold it anymore. Why not? But Legend of Dragoon is one of those things, it's like, okay, I can see myself really liking this. I just gotta get used to it. Then there's stuff like Twoey, which I played like once or twice, but wasn't really the biggest fan of, but it was unique enough that I'm like, okay, cool. And then there are things that, you know, take a couple of chances to get good, like, you know, some polls, it's like, Secret of Mana. Took a while for that one to get on the poll, and other things that could be eventually, you know, the benefit of not dying. Anyway, well, Squaw's screwed. Yep, well, whatever. Everybody's gonna be level 50 at some point. Oh wait, I forgot, he gets experience even if he's petrified. Derp. One of those weird quality of life things. There we go. It's like he never missed it. Also, weird that he's like 130 HP below Cloud. Makes no goddamn sense. But that's something I do enjoy. Knowing that this game takes, you know, 15. It takes half a month to get through. Okay, well, Apollo Justice, that stuff's taking me... That stuff is easily going to take me another few more months, if not longer than that. You know, some games take 2 to 3. The average has been about 3 months per, but not always. Some take 3 to 6 months. Some take all year. You know, God knows what something like a Xenoblade would do. Because that's another franchise that I've been kind of hesitant, you know, kind of the same way with Octopath, like... Sometimes there are reasons why I don't play a certain game, even though it's like staring me right in the face. Like, Octopath is, can I read the text? And I don't know if I can read the text well enough. And the times I've played it, I haven't really done well with the text, and I don't know if I'd be able to read it comfortably. It'd be kind of the Yakuza thing. Xenoblade, it's more to do with the style of gameplay than anything else. And I played Xenoblade 2 and liked it well enough. But, you know, everybody's different. And there's the Flying Fortress. So, cool, at least I get to show off different enemies here and there. Not that they're going to last much longer. You know, trails. What the heck is this? Cast Scourge. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, I remember you can actually cast Scourge on Tiamat, and it has a low chance of actually killing her. Kinda neat. Not worth having a sword that's a little worse, but, you know, if I'm bored. Okay, but yeah, I just like the fact that there is so much there, and that's not even getting into, hey, I have platformers that I have tried or haven't played or haven't gotten good at or whatever, you know, as long as it fits the... Oh. Well, this is gonna be a VV special. Oh, hey, never mind. Just being able to play games, you know, or even something like Xenogears, which I'll admit, I am a little cold on Xenogears. You know, I get what they're going for, but I'd have to replay it again to really enjoy it, and I don't think I honestly enjoyed it all that much. I'm one of those rare people that was like, yeah, no. But being able to admit that just because a game is critically acclaimed doesn't mean that you can't just say, okay, it's not for me. But not in like one of those weird Reddit things where it's like, well, this game's not for me, I don't know why it's popular. Like, or it didn't grab me. I think one of the ones that annoys me more is when somebody sits there and goes, should I keep playing a game if I don't like it? Like, does it get better? You know, that Final Fantasy 13 thing where it's like, oh, it gets better 20 hours in. No, it doesn't. It's still the same game, it's just, are you more invested in the characters, or are you more invested in the story, or what? Like, I don't think it gets better. It's not my type of game, so of course I wouldn't think that. I mean, every game has a lull, every game has a high to it. Level 50! Oh, no, if I can game... Wait, they did get more levels? Weird. Wait, I thought level 50 was it. Did they go to the level cap to 99 for some reason? I don't know. But yeah, that, like, I've said it before, I'm not in the business to complain too much unless it's a podcast, because I still like to maintain positivity, because I do think if you haven't, yeah, holy shit, I'm actually gonna level, it's weird. Okay then, I guess we're still doing the thing, because I thought it was level 50 and you're done. I guess they changed it. Whatever, I guess we're doing it. Asking people for, like, confirmation bias, like, what are people gonna say? No, you should really keep doing the thing that bugs you. It builds character. No, it doesn't. I've maintained a thing recently where I've tried to stay a lot more positive and happy, and a lot of that has to do with a phrase that I've been using recently as kind of a mantra for myself, where if I have time to be angry about something, I have time to think of a way to be happy instead. No, that's not always the case. If I'm working and a day kind of, like yesterday, I worked and a lot of little things were just annoying, you know, or I have a little bit of pain in my feet or something, you know, I'm dealing with an injury. That's reasonable. But it's like, I don't sit there and mope. You know, I don't sit there and complain about the football teams or the baseball teams or the hockey teams. Like, I've acknowledged that for as good as Minnesota sports is, they're probably more often than not gonna let me down, because that's been the tendency. So I'm just gonna enjoy the ride. Same idea. It's like, I don't want things to bug me. So if I don't like a game, I'm not gonna harp on you if you love it. I'm just gonna say my opinion and say, alright, well, yeah, I did not like Final Fantasy 12 or 13. I readily said that. Xenogears is the same way. I tried it. Something about it, or it was a story, or the gameplay, or... I think it was more getting lost in a couple of the dungeons, like Kislev sewers and whatnot, I think drove me nuts. Because it's not that I hated the entirety of the game. I liked what they were going for, but if it's me, Xenosaga is the best stuff that they ever made. Xenosaga 1, and to an extent, Xenosaga 3. Xenoblade, as good as it is not my type of game. If you think Xenoblade's the best stuff, okay, cool. If you love all of the trail stuff and want to keep playing it and can rattle off every little thing, and that's your style of Falcom game, that's your style of Falcom game. It's the same thing as saying, okay, Final Fantasy 4 through 10 is my favorite Final Fantasy game. I don't like anything other than those, pretty much. Or at least I don't like them as much. But being able to critically look at something and say, okay, I'm able to discuss without being afraid, but also recognizing that my love of Persona doesn't always translate to everybody else. You know, it goes both ways, and I've had to admit that I'm thin-skinned when it comes to criticism, which is a problem, which is honestly a very big problem. Yeah, it's worth. So that if somebody comes in and says, you know what, your love of Persona is dumb, like, it's not always about Persona. But at least I could say, okay, well, this is why Persona took over instead of what Final Fantasy's approach. I will bring that up as a point. You know, that has been my stance. But I'm willing to say, okay, I admit consistency. I'm nothing if not consistent in my approach. But also being willing to look at a game and say, you know, Final Fantasy VI is kind of... okay, Final Fantasy X's better. You know, whether that's sacrilegious or not. Because you're basically saying 1A, 1B at that point. Like, who the fuck really cares? Because, realistically, at the end of the day, who the fuck really cares? It's all opinions. It's all personal preferences, and it's all prioritizing what one's interest level in a thing tends to be. You know, some people like playing visual novels. Some people don't. I love Phoenix Wright, Danganronpa, the Somnium Files, Rain Code. Which is why I've been putting them in the polls, even though they almost never win. You know, the Phoenix Wright ones do. But it's like, every time I put frickin'... oh, there's Adamantite. You know, every time I put the Somnium Files and Raincoat in there, they almost never get a vote. You know? And I laugh, because it's like, I love them. But, you know, if I put something like I Am Setsuna, right? Like, it could be the best game in the world, but, you know, somebody might not just don't know it, don't care, don't play it, don't want to see it, you know. Not much I can do about it. But at the same time, there goes into that, like, why force a thing if it's not going to be anybody's cup of tea, you know? Because this is a give and take. So it does come down to enjoyment factor. And being able to be secure in the knowledge that, look, if you don't like something, you don't like it. If you don't want to watch a TV show, you don't have to watch a TV show. You know, Lee and I talk all the time, and we talk about, hey, what are we going to watch next? And there are things that she talks about that I like, and there are things I talk about that she doesn't, you know, and we still work around it. You know? It's like, I think one of the things is like, okay, we're watching Apothecary. It's like, I love Apothecary. It's great. 26 episodes. New season. Go watch it. Mau Mau's great. But, then the discussion goes into, like, Fairy Tail. And then she's describing it, and it's fine, but then she says how many episodes it is. It's like 300, and I'm like, no. And I said this. I said, no. It's like, unless you're an early adopter or something, like like Detective Conan, Inuyasha, One Piece, what is that, 1,000 episodes now? Pokemon, like, no. God, no. Just because, where are we gonna find the fucking time? You know, my thought process at the time was, where are we going to find the time for that? Where exactly are we going to find the time to end up watching 300 episodes? I'm not saying that I'm not going to like it. I don't know anything about it. My stance was, we watch stuff 2 to 3 times a week. We get like 3 to 5 episodes a week. We would probably be at it for the rest of our lives, you know. That's my stance on it. Not angsty about wanting to watch or not wanting to watch a show or whatever due to quality reasons. I could love Fairy Tail for all I know, but unless it's something like Sailor Moon Crystal where it's like they took like 100 episodes and diverted it into 50, you know. They said no filler, get out of it, get good. You know, if they took like the 300 episodes and said, well, here's the 70-ish that you could watch and it'd be important, you know, that'd be a little more reasonable. And I said as much. You know. But then, you know, there's that give and take. It's like, hey, do other things, you know. That's not I'm not impugning on anybody's character. You know. It's just, I have a thing. The Sasuke's blades for the ninja. I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna, because I'm already over-leveled. I think it's fair to just breeze through the rest of the episode. But still make the talking point. You know, we can discuss a thing. From this observation window, you can look out the entire world. Aha. So yeah, that's telling you the Chaos Shrine. But again, it's not... There's a difference between saying, oh, okay, I don't want to watch a thing because it's 100 episodes or whatever, versus, oh, it's dumb. No, I've never said that. You know, I think, it's important, again, whether it's a game or a show or whatever, to be happy in the knowledge that you're watching it. Uh-huh. No known weakness. Punching her in the face. That works. It usually works regardless. Yeah. Being able to just look at something and say, all right, well, this was for me. This one wasn't. This is why, you know. Everybody's different. Everybody likes different things. Finding like-minded people and being willing to say, all right, maybe it's not your thing, but where's a commonality that we can share? Okay, we'll try something different. Aha. So this is an endless room, but thanks to this map, you can kind of just go up to, or left to, up to. Really easy. And I went down instead. But again, not every game, I'm not gonna play every single game on this channel. You know, I'm just not. It's not because I don't wanna, it's because I can't. I can't watch every single TV show on the planet. I can't talk about every single thing that exists ever. And just the same, it's impossible for somebody to go, hey, I like a thing. I love everything. No. We only have 24 hours in a day, and 8 hours of it is sleeping. So, and for most people, 8 hours of it is work. And another hour or two getting home. So you don't have a lot of time. You have to prioritize what you enjoy, and what you enjoy comes down to your interests. And speaking of interests, I don't know if I'm interested in this or not. At least, the quick save is there. So, I'll give it a shot. If he shows up, he shows up. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Fuck it. Warmech is here. The super boss of super bosses. And I'm a little over leveled, but I don't care. And he's only in this area. So I'll give it like 5 fights. If he does show up in 5 fights, forget it. I'm killing Tiamat, and then I'm ending this episode, and I'm just running through the Temple of Fiends to fight Chaos, and I'm done. But again, it's being secure in the knowledge that, yeah, if you're angry about something, like, if, you know, I admit it, I don't take criticism very well. I don't like being angry, and sometimes I fly off the handle. I try not to. And sometimes I overstate the same things over and over, but there is a reason for that. It's just to make plainly obvious to people, hey, you're not going to convince me of something I don't want to do. Okay? Or here is my stance, and here's why. But I'm never going to tell somebody not to do something. If they love the thing to death, that's great. That's like me with Persona. It's saying, okay, I love Persona more than any other game franchise right. But that didn't mean that I took it to metaphor and said, oh my god, it's so great, you gotta play it, it's amazing. No. I watched a playthrough of it and thought, okay, it's more Persona, but in a way that's not as great. But here's why. And I listed reason after reason after reason. Being able to judge a thing fairly, but not to take that judgment as a personal attack on you, is also important. Because a person is more than the things that they like. Distilled in a, this person's dumb because they like that. You know, that's like saying Packer fans are dumb because they're from Green Bay. No. You're annoying if you constantly think that that's all we are. You know? Like, just because I'm a Minnesota Vikings guy doesn't mean I can't look at a person in a Green Bay Packer shirt and see a person behind them. It's only when a person, like, constantly nags at you because, ha, they lost, you're dumb, you know, and it becomes, that's all they do. Like, that's annoying. You know, that sort of bullshit. Where it becomes a superiority thing, where it's like, my dick is bigger than your dick because I did this thing, and you know, that's why I don't do completionist runs. That's why I don't do 100% runs. That's why I don't do, speed run bullshit, because I don't need to prove jack shit to anybody. It's stupid. It's inane, because there's always going to be somebody better than me. There's going to be somebody worse than me. There's going to always be somebody better at something. And rather than focus on something that I can't control, what I can control is whether I enjoy a thing or not. Speaking of which, let's just beat Tiamat and then run roughshod through the Temple of Fiends and just get it over with. That sounds like something I can control. The Lich Marilith. Or the Lich Marilith. The Kraken. You have defeated 3 fiends and reached my lofty perch. I'm gonna be stupid and I'm gonna try Scourge, and it's probably not gonna work. All the better. May the image of Tiamat, the fiend of wind, be the last to burn in your eye. So yeah, I'm gonna be dumb. I'm gonna try, and it's not gonna work. Let me do no. I think they're gonna use Thunder. I'm gonna try, and it's gonna fail, and I'm gonna be stupid, but let's try. Because I'm probably gonna kill Tiamat through normal means anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna be dumb. Because what? Because I've got the chance to be fun. Ugh! Okay, of course you use Blaze instead of... Nope. Because I know I've done it. Ow. Yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling it's not gonna work. Can't say I didn't try. It's better off just to heal. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna heal up. I've had my fun trying to be stupid. Alright, here we go. Ow! Okay, I'm not doing a lot of damage. There we go. That's a little better. Ugh! Okay, that's kind of shit. Wow, the nulling everything didn't work. Because you just use all the elements, don't you? It's very rude. That is very, very rude. I don't like you. But I'm playing it safe. There we go. Got it. Probably could have just ruffle stomped with my normal strategy, but playing it safe was kind of smart. Anyway. Temple of Fiends to go. Right. Did the thing! Yay. Well, why did I do that? Oh, it was checking my thing. I can finish this game soon. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm level 50 sub 5. 55-ish. I don't need levels. Okay, so Temple of Fiends. Cool. So I'm going to I'm gonna heal up. I'm gonna go to the Temple of Fiends. And actually I've got the adamantite. Should I... Actually, we'll stop there. Then we'll go to the Temple of Fiends. Yeah, that works. So, next time you see me, I'll be at the Dwarven Cave. I'll give the guy the thing, and I'll get the weapon, do the thing, get more damage done, and then you'll see me at the Temple of Fiends. And we'll beat the game! Yeah! Let's do it.